What is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, Go Brigade Guy 231 across the DFS industry, breaking down Friday's two-game, not semifinal, quarterfinal slate on DraftKings. Should be a fun one. Quick admission before we get into the picks and the games, but needed that break. I don't know how many days straight it was. It felt like a month straight, but it's probably like 14, 15 days straight of videos. And then today just creeps up on me like crazy. I was like, okay, I can get in from my computer, have the lineups up, and before I know it, it's 4 o'clock. I'm on the road, haven't recorded this thing. So apologies in advance, but we'll be breaking on the slate per usual. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying these videos throughout the World Cup, like, subscribe, comment. Also, you should do that, because if you've gotten the DFS soccer hook, I do these previews for all the Champions League and Premier League slates as well. So I'd love to have you continue to watch, continue to play what I think is an awesome DFS game in terms of DFS soccer on DraftKings. All right, let's get into it. Croatia and Brazil is the first game. Brazil is hovering as a pretty massive favorite. Minus 278 is what I saw. Could easily see it being around that minus 300, which, not gonna lie, feels a little bit strong considering Croatia is the reigning semifinalists. Croatia has some really good players. Just shows the respect and the talent level of Brazil. So let's start on Brazil. Neymar, you're just gonna lock everywhere. It's taking share set pieces. It's Neymar. Like Neymar and Messi, you're just locking everywhere. And GPP, it's a fine fade just knowing how crazy owned they're going to be. Brazil wins 2-1. The goals come from Vinny Jr. They come from Rafinha. Richarlison gets the assist, and Neymar has no part of it, but he still gets 13 to 14 floor. Guess what? Neymar's probably not going to be in the optimal GPP winning lineup, and you will fade a 60-70% player. In any other version of events, Neymar drops 20 to 30. Neymar, that's 0-0, goes to PKs. Neymar does 19 floor. There's more options than not that Neymar's going to end up in that top lineup. That being said, if you're trying to go for that top prize, I get it. That's the only form that you're fading Neymar. He's that easy of a play. To me, the big decision on the slate is, what do you do as that third quote-unquote stud? Is it Rafinha? Is it Vinny Jr.? Or is it like Gakpo Depay? Or I guess to a lesser extent, Di Maria, assuming that he starts. I haven't seen anything definitive either way at time of recording. So I think the answer that most people are going to go is the fact that we have certainty of Brazil lineup, right? That's the first game that comes out. We already know right now that Vinny Jr. will be on the left wing and Rafinha will be on the right. I think Rafinha, just in terms of just pure floor, meaning a goal or assist does not happen. What do they do without those things? I think the better play is Rafinha. We have evidence at this point to show that. Do I think the margin is wide? No. And funny enough, I think the chances of Vinny Jr. ending with an assist or a goal are higher. I think that's just been proved out throughout the tournament. So I'm good with whatever route you go, but I think that in like an optimal cash single entry type of build, that's how I would go, and I would lean Rafinha over Vinny Jr. Share sets more. Vinny Jr. really creates a lot of movement off the ball and things like that. He doesn't get dead balls. So that's the biggest difference between the two, is Rafinha gets a share of dead balls, Vinny Jr. gets none. I think after that decision, it gets really hard to start playing Brazil pieces. Unless you fade Messi, which that doesn't seem all that fun to me. It's really hard to play a third attacking piece. So the thing about Brazil is so much of the DFS value is going to come from that attacking four. So that attacking four is Richarlison, goal-dependent striker. It's Neymar's playing as the 10. It's Vinny Jr. on the left, and it's Rafinha on the right. We saw Luis Paqueta come up, or is his name Luis? I don't remember. Paqueta. What is it called? Paqueta. Come up with the goal last game. Casemiro the game before. They are both okay, but they are both okay with floors of like 3 or 4 DK. And those, you're paying prices where all of a sudden we see, like in the next game, we're going to see Luka Modric under 6K. And it's like, would I rather spend on those guys in the first game or keep flexibility? I would probably want to keep flexibility. So you're right back. I believe that Alexandro may still be out. We should know. That would be nice. But Alexandro, if in, then would be left back. Right back would be Danilo. If Alexandro is out, we'll probably see Eder Militao over there. I don't think that this would be a Dani Alves game for them. None of those guys have great floors. Alexandro has a big outlier game where he got like 8 or 9 tackles that make him look crazy. Alexander's probably the best attacker out of the bunch, but he's nothing special. Nothing that you're, going crazy to go get. I think this is a pay down defense slate, if I've ever seen one. Final bits of pieces on the game. I guess Alisson very in play is the biggest favorite. He's been really good this tournament. That's Brazil. Let's just talk. I don't know why I said Luka Modric in the second game. Sorry. Croatia. Luka Modric is the big thing that stands out here. 5,900 for Monopoly set piece taker. I think it was a little alarming, so to speak, that he got pulled out of the game last time in extra time. I was very surprised by that. Obviously, the legs aren't there as they used to be, but I think 5,900 for him is very solid. Brazil is obviously the better team here, but I don't think it's so lopsided that Luka Modric can't do anything. I don't know if I'm going to end up with him in cash. That's a big decision point for me right now that I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. But anybody that plays him at that price, I don't think that's crazy whatsoever. From there, I think everything else is GPP. I don't think the fullbacks are all that in play. Juranovic. I would assume Sosa's back. If Sosa's not back, it's Barisic. He's at least cheap enough, but neither of them are like must plays by any means. Perisic, was surprisingly high owned last night. He scored the goal, so it made it look like a good play, but he's not a lock. And then from there, I don't think it's crazy to play the goalkeeper, Livakovic, especially after the crazy game that he had in PKs. But nobody that's like you have to play from Croatia. They're more GPP targets at that point. Let's go to the second game, Argentina and Netherlands. Argentina slight favorite at about plus 120. Messi's Messi. We play Messi. We played Messi, we played Neymar. Those are like easy DFS soccer rules. So not going to talk anymore about that. I think Netherlands has shown, even like the ability of being outpossessed by the U.S., that they're not exactly like this like powerhouse team that we can't target at all. Like Netherlands, they're mediocre, but they're mediocre with the upside of being very good too. So Messi's our lock. And then I think, if you decide to not go Vinny Jr., you decide not to go to Rafinha, then playing a guy like Di Maria in the second spot is just fine. Just if he's not in, hopefully we get a lineup leak. But if Di Maria is not in, then all of a sudden you're going significantly down to Julian Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, Papu Gomez, none of which are guaranteed 90 minutes at all. So that's why I think there's that much more credence on a Vinny Jr. or Rafinha, because we know what we're getting. Argentina is really bad DFS-wise outside of Messi. Rodrigo De Paul has been taking a few corners. He's mid 5K, so, he versus Modric is very close. Modric probably the better DFS asset. De Paul slightly better matchup. Fullbacks don't get forward at all. Acuna and Molina. Emi Martinez certainly in play. If you think Argentina, this feels like it could be like a 1-0 type of game. Like 1-0 or 1-1 PKs. I don't see a lot of goals in this one. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a defensive battle, neither team wanting to give ground. Messi does his thing, still gets there. If he gets a goal, he crushes. If he doesn't, he just gets there, similar to Neymar. It's just a weird slate. Like, I think, you can get the 3 pretty easily. And then after that, you're just sitting there going, okay, he's viable. And I don't really see any, like, lineup surprises. So it's just one of those that I think everybody's going to be on the same type of 3 players. And then after that, like, those are going to be the decision points, and that, like, whoever gets the random, center midfielder goal, gets the Kovacic goal, gets this Casemiro goal, gets the Rodrigo De Paul assist, or just however that works, that's going to decide the slate. So nobody else really for me to talk about on Argentina. Those other forwards, Enzo, Alexis McAllister, all GPP. For Netherlands, Cody Gakpo still took a Monopoly set pieces. I think he's just fun. Like, if you decided you wanted Gakpo over Vinny Jr. or over Rafinha, I have zero issues with that. Like, zero issues at all. I'm more the type that just goes, here's the odds. I have a team that's minus 300. I have a team that's plus 300. Which one do I want? I'll go with the minus 300 guys, because obviously they have better chances of the goal or assist because their team's expected to score more. I think he's fine. I think Depay would probably be a fade here. I love Depay in normal formats. I loved him as a GPP pivot last game. Argentina's defense has been really good throughout the tournament, so I think he is a little bit more goal dependent. And Netherlands showed versus USA, they just were being very, very calculated on the counter. If that's how they're going to play versus USA, I can't imagine that game plan changes versus Argentina. So it does worry me to target a guy like that. But I think he's great in GPP. I don't think he'll have the ownership. That's probably equivalent to what his upside is. Dumfries would be a fade here. He got a lot of decisive luck versus the U.S. I don't think Argentina will allow that happen. Same deal with Daily Blend. I just think outside of Gakpo and Depay, I don't really see any Netherlands pieces I would want other than like Noppert. I think Noppert's very in play. You know, Messi teams oftentimes will shoot a lot on target. Messi's not afraid of a long shot, so you can accumulate saves. So if this game ends up being a 1-0 Netherlands game on a Virgil van Dijk header, Noppert is going to potentially smash. So I like him as a pay down if that's the way you go. I don't think I have anything else to say on site. I think that covers it pretty good. I hope this helps. If it does, quick reminder, like, subscribe, comment. It really does help me continue to grow the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow to break down Saturday slate. Good luck. See you.